Okay, now we are live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Good morning. Mark's here again. Today I'm here with Alexandre for one more English immersion at Talk and Talk. As you know, Talk and Talk is not an English school. Talk and Talk is a community, is a platform where you can learn English, Spanish, Italian, French, German, and Mandarin. We focus on developing the ability to speak with confidence. Talk and Talk has developed a methodology that can leave anyone from scratch to completely fluency in less than 12 months. And as I said before, Talk and Talk is not a school, so I need to say that I am not a teacher. I'm a student as well as Alexandre is. And leading immersions, leading conversations is just one step in my learning process here at the platform. I'm here in Talk and Talk for 1 year. I started August 2024, and I've been leading immersions since December, so 8 to 9 months by now. And leading these immersions has helped me a lot to develop the confidence to speak English. When I come to Talk and Talk, I had the goal to reach the confidence, to reach the needed confidence to apply and get hired for an international company. And Talk and Talk has helped me to get this in March this year. I work in the technology field as a project manager for more than 20 years. And since March, I've been part of a globally distributed team using English all day. I live in São Paulo. I'm 48 years old. I'm married, father of 2 teenager girls, twins. In my spare time, I like to travel with my family, to cook, to make some barbecue, to go to park, and I go to the gym too. Alexandre, please introduce yourself.
So, I'm Alexandre. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I've been here on TNT since July 2020. I study English. Now I'm expanding how do I say, expand my language. I study French and Spanish. I've tried to study English abroad. I think was good for me to know that I need to study more and more to be like B1. I think I am B1. I don't know. I don't think. I think you are advanced. Uh, I enjoy biking near the beach every day. Go to the gym. Go to the supermarket. Go to the doctor. Uh, not, go to swim. I do. I just come from the swim class, and I enjoy playing the guitar sometimes. Take a nap after midday. A little nap is very good to you to feel great again because when you come to high age like me, 70, it's impossible to sleep all night. I I wake up, I wake 3 or 4 times at night. I don't know why, but I need to move in the bed, so I feel painful when I'm sleeping. I feel painful, so I need to move and then I wake up. So it's good to go to the bed to take a nap in the afternoon. Yeah, I enjoy watch football. Flamengo está na moda. E I'm trying to live
Is,
my
is
day.
Flamengo leading the Brazilian Championship?
See,
Great. Okay, so let's start. Today's conversation will be about luck, myths, and superstitions, and if we believe in it. So, Alexandre, do you consider yourself a superstition person? Why or why not?
I guess I am a superstitious person because I don't pass under the ladder. Uh, when in the we are in the end of the year, usually we go to the beach because we live close to the beach. A lot of people there, and sometimes when the sea is calm, we used to jump 7 waves, me and my wife. Uh, when I was adult, I got my first marriage, I used to have seeds of hormone in the pocket. I don't know why, but I use it. I
Nice.
every time when I see a sandal upside down, a sandal virada para cima, né? Face up, I need to put it in the correct way. I don't know. It's caught my attention.
Yeah.
There is another situation that I did. I don't know the result because I don't remember. It was a boy in the outside. They used to buy a new knife and threw this knife in the bananeira in the São João, noite de São João, Santo João night, the véspera, eu não sei véspera, esqueci.
The
And the day,
the day before, maybe
uh, uh, Eve, Eve, São
evening
João
before.
Eve. And the day 24, this São João days, you take the knife out of the bananeira and then say the name of your previous wife in the knife. So I did it, but I don't remember what I was right there because I was an alphabet person. So, so I think it's not so worried about, but I do something like that. And you,
Yeah, I think about myself as a non-superstition person, but in fact, I avoid some things. As you said, I avoid to step down under ladders. Uh, I avoid to confront black cats. I don't like uh, to see sandals on the right side, on the wrong sides, because when we were young, they used to say, "Oh, your mother will die if you leave the sandal, turn it down." So yes, I don't like it too. But yes, in fact, as I said, I don't like to think myself as a superstition person. But I bring with me these customs. So yes, in thinking rationally, I'm a superstition person. Yes.
you said about the cat, the black cat. When I went to Toronto, I sent a message to the homestay before going to Toronto, and she said, "Oh, I live with my two sons, and I have two cats, and something about that." When I got there, it was every day, 35 days in the morning, when I was going to have my breakfast. There was two black cats under the table. There was another table. There's a table for dinner, a dinner table. But there's another table when the two cats, the two black cats, was over and looked to me like that. Sometimes I was worried about this. They don't agree that was doing something different that people do because they are. I think they are used to people, to strange people, because she received people from all from around the world. But it was like you said, he was a little worried about this two cats because if I got there, there was no catch. 1 minute late, the two cats jumping the table and stopping, looking to me like that. Yeah, I don't
Interesting.
like. I don't like it.
Cats are interesting animals.
Do you
Yeah.
like tentativa de fraude?
Yeah.
Rapaz,
All day
pelo menos
long.
umas 10 por dia.
All day
10.
long. Is there
10.
one happening for me right now?
Eles colocam o seu prefixo na frente do telefone
Yeah.
para burlar a lei, e aí eu vou recebendo ao longo do dia. Quando eu vou dormir, ou quando eu vou tirar a minha soneca, eu tenho que colocar no avião, entendeu? Para não se incomodar.
And you, as a retired person, probably feels more attacked by this. My father has tells me this. Oh man, I'm
I'd like
retired.
to,
They call me all day long trying to
I'd like to ask you a question, a personal question.
for
I'm here in Trinity since July 2020, and I meet a lot of hostels, right?
right.
And I think you are the 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 person who speak English in a way that it's impossible to see if you make some mistake. Did you live abroad? What you did for improving your conversation? You're a calm person. You know all the pronouns. You know how to put the pronouns in a sentence. You know how to use to be. To be is very important. How to learn it is reading, working in a company, or did you study abroad, live abroad?
Let me guide you through my English studies. Uh, I used to say that working with technology, I started my career as a software program developer. So that was the first moment where I had a more intense contact with English because all languages are in English, are developed in English. The first moment that I went to a school, I was in my 20s. I studied for a year and a half probably. And that helped me a lot to create this base. But as all schools, it was more focused on grammar, on being on polishing the English. I never worked. The first time I worked in an international company using English was this year. But it was in some moments I decided that mastering English would be a goal for me. I remember uh, when I got married, it was in 2003, 22 years ago. We traveled to Argentina for honeymoon, and we were at Buenos Aires in a tango show, and there were in that tango shows designed and developed for tourists. And in our table there were an American tourist, and the guy started talking with us. And I talked with him in English. And in some moments, I remember, apologizing to him about my English. And I remember his words, "Hey man, you are Portuguese. You are Brazilian, you speak Portuguese. You are in Argentina, where they speak Spanish. And you are only having this conversation because you are making your efforts to speak with me in English, because I only speak English. And your English is very good. And if you are having this conversation, it's because you, in some way, masters English. Don't apologize." And I got this with me, but and this the same situation happened some years later. We were in a hotel in Bahia, in Costa do Sauípe, in a small hotel, in a small pousada. Same situation. Oh man, we have a couple of tourists here. They are Americans. No one speaks English. They wanted to talk to somebody. Okay, bring that. And same. Oh man, sorry, I don't speak a very good English. No, no, you can speak English. We can. We are having this conversation. And the same happened with Spanish. I traveled to Argentina, traveled to Uruguay, traveled to Spain without having any class of Spanish, and could uh, talk with them using Spanish, of course, using bad combinations, bad words, using Portuguese words, but I, I, we could have that conversations. And this is the way I mastered, or I learned foreign languages. I never went to schools again. In two different moments, I hired English teachers to help me. I remember in 2018, I was working in a international company here in Brazil. It was a consultancy company. I was attending Brazilian companies using Portuguese, but this company had opportunities in Spain. In that moment, I was thinking with my family to relocate to Spain. So I hired professors to learn a bit more about English and Spanish because it would be important. And in 2024, last year, before that, in 2018, I realized that I could speak English, uh, broken English, but I could speak, but I was terrible listening. I I I I I had a terrible listening. So I decided, okay, I had a terrible listening and I had a very limited vocabulary. So I decided that from that moment on, all my readings would be in English, and I would try audiobooks in English too. And that helped me a lot. That increased my vocabulary. Even I can't use all this vocabulary when I'm speaking because it's hard. Many of time, my brain is working in Portuguese and trying to fast translate the sentences. So that's because it's hard to get that vocabulary when I'm speaking. But when I'm listening, when I'm reading, I can I can access this vocabulary. I learned to uh, understand the context. So I was talking to a friend these days, and he used a sentence with metaphor. And I said him, man, when you use metaphor, it's hard for me because uh, I can understand
Mhm.
because we use metaphors in Portuguese too. Anyone uses in any language metaphor, but for me to speak using metaphor is almost impossible because my brain uh, is very strict with this. So from that moment on, reading and listening books, TV series, movies in English, when I'm alone at home, I try to not use subtitles, or when I need to use subtitles, I try to use English subtitles to help me to get that context. So this helped me with this part. And okay, and then I decided, I said that in 2018 we were thinking about relocating to Spain. Then we decided, no, we will remain in Brazil. But I decided by myself that I wanted to work abroad because I really need this challenge to master a foreign language, to master English, to feel confident. I had the opportunity to travel abroad many times. I could use English, had interesting situations like almost being deported because I didn't understand a question that a custom office asked me. But I can travel, I can use, but I made this. I defined this goal for me. I wanted to master, and the only way I see to master anything in my life is I need to use this regularly. As the same happened with gym. Once I realized, okay, I need to go to the gym because of my health. I will do this every single day of my life. I learned how to deal with that, how to like that. So same with English. But I feel uncomfortable to speaking at that moment. I felt uncomfortable to speak English regularly, so I decided to try an, uh, an exchange program, an interchange program to US to study. It was a large group of Brazilians in in an American university, and that was a dream, a kid's dream, to leave that American university universe. So I went there, and I realized, oh man, I can understand everything people say. I can understand what teachers say, but I froze every time I needed to speak. Because, not because my English is broken, but because I'm shy, and I don't accept that I can't speak at the same level as my friends. But some friends works for foreign companies all their lives, and that is their experience, their lives, their reality, not mine. So when I come to Brazil, uh, I decided, okay, now I need to move my focus to get the confidence to speak. Then and I knew I don't need to go back to school. I need to find someone, some strategy, some methodology that will help me to focus on this. See, I'm speaking here for minutes, probably using sometimes not the better combination, not the better grammar, but I'm speaking. And talk helped me. I found Philip on LinkedIn and started following him. Liked the way he talks about English learning. And there were two situations that made me have my first conversation with him. First of all, 1 month after I come back from Brazil, and since the studies on the US, a friend referred me to a position in his company. It was The company is Volkswagen, and it was to be part of an international group, international project. The first interview was in English, and I was confident. Okay, I'm coming from the United States, studying that, I'm confident. And then they denied me. They didn't approve me. And they didn't give me any feedback. So I went to my friend and man, the feedback is important because I feel prepared for the technical challenge, and I needed to know what's happening. And then he come back, man, you were the strongest candidate thinking about technical skills, but your English is under the level they are requiring because you need to be prepared to speak with leadership. Okay,
Mhm.
so English is the matter. Some months later, I engaged in another process to Motorola. I booked an interview, and one day before the interview, I was getting very anxious, frozen, and I declined it because I knew that the interview would be in English and probably I would be denied again. And then I realized I can't live avoiding this. So I booked a call with Philip, started and talk and talk made the magic for me to be confident to speak. Now
Now,
I
you hear you said you listen a lot of improve you improve your listening, and it's very good to your brain to get used to French to American accent. You
yeah,
speak like you are American, you are Canadian person,
think,
uh, and uh, I guess you show that you are steps and step ahead. A lot of people who is hosted here, right? That is why I prefer. I use two using a platform English to com Andrea with Andrea and you
thank you.
and only two for week. And I'm using for French and for Spanish, two também. Six immersion for week, two Spanish, two French, two English. But there was a time that I used it three or four all day. But I noticed that people who was there and even the roast, they was repeating mistakes all the time. They was not listening everything, studied nothing to improve them. So I stopped coming here almost 5 months, paying every month the bill, but stop because I was totally boring about the study, participating. But I can handle the situation in every part I go. Two situations that caught my attention when I was in Toronto, when I come from Toronto. In Toronto, I was in school and the teacher was asking questions to people inside the class. And then he asked me, how long are you here? How long have you been here? Why are you asking me that? I don't know what that. So and then someone said, ele está te perguntando há quanto tempo você está aqui? I was ashamed about that. When I got here from Toronto, I had a privilege study até until eighth grade in a school, and I'd like to go to jump the ninth grade and go to the 10th because I just come to Toronto from Toronto. And then I went to school and I talked to directors, English director, and she asked me, "Are you in a hurry?" Cara, ela me derrubou. What are you in a hurry? What means? She asked, how can you go to 10th grade if you don't know are you in a hurry? So I said, it caught my attention. It was 2020 when I started here. And then I could develop more my English. And I guess that's the way you are in a good way too.
Thank you.
You talk like you live within the group of people talking English every day. And you live because we are in GNT, but you talk as you were American, as you were Canadian. It's very impressive for me. You don't make mistakes, grammar mistake, bad pronunciation. It's very good because we are here to develop ourselves every day. And I think you are in a way to you are advanced person people advanced man in English. I think you are advanced. You can the way you talk, you can impress people around the world because you have the right words to all the time. You are calm. You uh, mix the the words that people want to listen. And I'm listening how to be more to slow down my way to talk. I did like like I am in a hurry. I am not in a hurry. I don't need to run to learn French, English. I want to spend my day using. Yeah, that's it. I like to I enjoy your meeting.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Your feedback is very important for me because sometimes we don't I can't avoid the imposter syndrome. Uh, there were another there were a moment when Philip was for the second time very important for me. I was engaging in interviews, in English interviews, and wasn't finding the success. And he gave me a feedback comment. Yeah, you speaks. I be, besides of this, I didn't give him a homework, and he went with his corrections, and he said, "Oh, your English is B1." And I was, no, it can't be. It's impossible. I need to improve my English because if I don't improve my English, if I can't reach C1, I will not be approved. And he, calm down. I will drive you about what is B1, B2, C1, C2, both in English and in Portuguese. And then I realized, okay, Portuguese is my native language, and I don't speak C1 or C2 all the time. I could, but I choose not to speak because I would probably be turning myself into a boring person for the ones who live with me. And then after that conversation with Philip, I engaged in the next interviews to pay attention to the English of my interviewers. And they don't speak C1 or C2 all the time. They speak B1. They made mistakes. They use broken grammar, and that okay. That's calmed down me. So in that month, I could be approved in an interview. And that's it. So we need to find this calm to speak freely. And it's good for me to hear your feedback, first of all, because I really admire your history. I think you are a good English speaker too. And because it's important to remember me that No matter how imposter I can feel, I can speak in a good way. I'm doing my steps, and
Mhm.
it will be helpful for me. Thank you so much for your kind words, your feedback.
Yeah, I think you are one of the best hosts here. You are the best until now because I enjoy I meet with a lot of hosters and uh, they make mistake all the time. They make bad pronunciation. Your pronunciation is 100% right.
Thank you.
I enjoy it.
Thank you,
I
man.
really appreciate
Thank you. Thank
it.
you.
Sometimes
Meu
you
amigo,
ask me, why as you study English, French, and Spanish? Oh, only for fun. Want to
ah,
improve my brain, because my brain is trying to become small, so
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
full my brain of information, new information, right? So it's important to me.
I think the same way. Probably next year, I will try to improve my Spanish. I will try, or maybe I will jump in French too, because we need to be addicted to learn new things. We go to the gym and we take care of our body, but we
Exactly.
need to take care about our brains too. And our brain just needs to learn new things every single day.
Yeah,
Because if you are used to what you know, to what your life is, oh, okay, I don't need to learn new things. It's a pathway to diseases.
every day we learn something new every
Yeah,
day.
yeah. To be active, it's important.
Exactly.
Michelle, my friend, thank you
Yeah.
again. It was
Our time over is over.
yeah, it was an amazing the best immersion for me. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you.
Have a
I
good day, and if you don't meet in another immersion this week, enjoy your weekend too.
all right. See you
See
next week.
you.
See
Bye
you
bye.
again.